Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk about how to achieve professional sounding acoustic guitar sound in your humble recording studio at home. I want to divide this video into three parts. Part number one is the equipment you're using. Part number two will be about the space you're recording in. Part number three would be about how to choose the right technique for what you're trying to do for the song you're recording. Okay, so let's start with part number one. I have this AKG microphone C214. It's very clean and very balanced, very crisp. Few things to keep in mind here about the microphone. So first thing, the positioning of the microphone is like one of the most important things of all, if not the most important one when it comes to recording acoustic guitar. The closer you get to the guitar, the more boomy and full the sound is gonna be. The further you get, the less of the body of the guitar there will be, and the more of the room the microphone will pick up. I usually tend to settle for the position of the microphone somewhere around 15 centimeters from the 12th fret of the guitar. First point it directly to the 12th fret, like this, and I'll try the sound. I'm kind of in the middle of the guitar, but then I turn the microphone in the direction that I want to be captured a bit more. In this way I'm gonna have more body. More boomy and heavy. If I go this way, I'm gonna have more of the neck. I usually put everything through my headphones, quite loud, so I can hear clearly what I'm doing without too much bias in the room. And now I just kind of play a chord and look for the right setup. It all depends on what you want to do. So if you want to play strumming like this, you'll probably choose a different placement than if you want to play. If I play the solo, I might go a little bit closer so I get more body to the tone of the. I'm using a fork guitar, which is Czech brand. I really love this brand. It has a bit of a Spanishy vibe, even though it's a steel string guitar. So if you want this country bluegrass vibe, this is not very good guitar for that. I can play in that way, but it doesn't have that full bodiness. It's more MIDI. It's in the mids. It's stronger in the mids. On the other hand, if you want to play leads, or if you want to play some picking, this is absolutely fantastic guitar for those things. The next part of the equipment is obviously the guitar pick. I have a bunch of different picks here because they really do make difference. So I have some wooden picks. I use these wooden picks because they don't have the plasticness to them. So this was kind of like this, a wooden one. You kind of lose the bit of that initial attack that you can hear with the plastic pick. With the wooden one. Much rounder, and I really love the tone. I have several different woods. Each of them has slightly different character. They're a little bit chunky, so they're not great for playing rhythm. The thinner the guitar pick would be, the more ringing you would get. So if you want this nice strumming, ringing guitar, these plastic thin guitar picks are great. If you want more of a clean tone for playing melodies, I would definitely recommend trying on some of those wooden guitar picks. I'll link some of them in the description as well. Okay, so we kind of covered equipment. I would just add, I hope this goes without saying, but tune your guitar properly before you start recording. This sounds so obvious, but so many people can be so careless about tuning their guitar properly. And imagine you're getting the greatest take and your guitar is not tuned. So I'm kind of obsessive. I tune guitar almost before each take. Okay, let's go to the section number 2, treating of the room. You can see I have quite a few curtains around me, And I usually, you can't see this, but in this area, I would put a room divider in this place. Let me actually show you, it might be interesting. So I have room divider like this. It's a foldable, it's cheap for, you know, maybe $30 or something. And I would put blanket on top. So now I'm pretty much enclosed. I have blankets, I have curtains here, I have blankets here, curtains in the back. So this makes the, and I think you'll be able to hear it. Let me just put the blanket over. Just a regular blanket totally does the job. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. The point is to capture the sound a little bit and eliminate the resonance. So now I have sort of this kind of wall over here. Okay, let's see if we can hear the difference. Much drier sound. Which is what you want, because you can always add reverb and echo later, but when there is an ugly reverb of the room, you can't really get rid of it. And just a simple room divider, nothing fancy, no fancy acoustic treatment. Next thing, that's usually the problem, I have my laptop just over here, you can see it a little bit in the video. The laptop fan, obviously. This is not my usual setup for recording, I just have it like this because I'm now shooting the video so you can see me. I would actually usually have the room divider here, separating me from the laptop. So I would be behind it, so the laptop fan sound, when it's overheating, it can get quite loud. I actually, in the past, I would take frozen like vegetable and stuff and put it underneath to cool it down in order for me to be able to record. Crazy days. Now I actually have a new one now, so I don't have to do it as much. That's also very important to eliminate any sounds you have in your surroundings. Sometimes like kind of sealing the window a little bit or making sure that the door is closed and no one can bother you is important. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and trust me, I've experienced a lot of them going wrong during my recording experience. In home recording, you want to put your microphone somewhat closer than you would maybe normally do, unless the room has a good acoustics. If you get it closer, you have closer and maybe a little bit of the sound hole. Then you have a clean sound without so much room in there and not so boomy. It depends on your guitar, obviously. Everything I mentioned above plays the role. But now I think this is pretty good. You could definitely record something like this. When you're recording something, remember everything will be amplified, everything will be heard. You have the microphone that picks up all the details, and then you probably put some compressor on the sound as well, so it will amplify what you're doing. Make the playing easy for yourself. You can detune strings to make it easier. You can put a capo on, you can even put two capos on. You can combine all these things to make it easy. Playing guitar is hard enough itself. Recording guitar is even harder. So make sure you really make your life easy. Let's say there's a song in F sharp minor. Rather than playing it with bar chords, because I know it would get tired, it would get squeaky, I would just put a capo on and played it in E minor, like this. Much nicer. Probably goes without saying, but a lot of the thing is in the hands and how you time the notes, how you play dynamically, and how you express yourself. The microphone is dumb, so it's not making any changes in terms of dynamics. So you need to keep this in mind, and I want you to see the microphone as a part of your instrument. So the microphone is kind of connected to the guitar, and you're blending those two together, and the microphone is sort of additional layer. You will play differently through a microphone than when you play live. And that's fine, that's normal. You can also record stereo. This is only for mono recording. You can double track, you can record the same thing twice and then pan it wide. That's one thing you can do with the single microphone. I've done a lot of work in stereo, so I would use one of those stereo setups, or the XY setup where you have two microphones in the middle and a 90-degree angle. There's different ways to do it. I'm not going to cover them in this video, unless you're recording something very acoustic-y, where the stereo guitar could be beautiful. Usually the mono guitar is good enough. Even when you're recording acoustic thing, you can just double track the guitar, record the same thing twice, or a slightly different part on each side, so you pan them wide and it sounds beautiful as well. So single microphone is completely enough. I'm gonna link some of the equipment I'm using in the description, so check it out, and also check out ways to work with me. I teach guitar, I record for people, so get in touch if you need some of that, and please subscribe, like this video, and keep it funky. Till next time.